Well, we're going to do some meditation, and I'm going to start with a guide in. So I'll guide us for about 10 minutes till 1:15. So first of all, make sure you're comfortable, and there's these bones you can feel in your seat. And if you feel the pelvic bones touching your seat, there's like two at the back, where if you're like sitting on the couch, they're the two that'll get sore. But there's two at the front that are sort of almost at the crease where your thighs start. And you want to be putting your weight on them. In fact, you need to be on a higher cushion so that your hips are higher than your knees. Yeah, that one would be good. Yeah, that'll be good. And when you sit on that, then lean forward from your lower back so that you can feel those two pointy parts of your pelvis, just where the buttocks meet the thighs. And just try and, like, from the hips, rock forward slightly so that your weight is mostly on those two. If you're in the right posture, you should be able to really feel those 2 points of the pelvis touching the pillow or the cushion or the seat. And so now we can be aware of the body sitting. Aware of the bones and the pelvis and the thighs and the lower legs and the feet, and really feeling that base where the body connects with the ground. Finding that solid base to balance the body. And from the base, we bring our attention back up through the body, from the feet up through the lower legs, the knees, the thighs, the buttocks. Once again, connecting into the feeling of the back and the hips, and viewing the bones like a scaffolding. Feel the balance of this scaffolding. Allow yourself to sway a little bit on the triangle of your pelvis and thighs, and get that nice S curve of your back comfortably balanced. Perhaps stretch up a little bit and then allow it to rest down with your center of gravity towards the front of your thighs. So you're just a little bit bouncing forward with your back straight, your shoulders back. Well, not so much straight as nicely curved and balanced. Allowing the backbone to be the scaffolding, holding the body up, so that the muscles don't have to do any of the work at all. Feeling the posture of the back, the shoulders, almost like a coat hanger, and the muscles hanging off your shoulders like clothes on a clothes hanger. Allowing the muscles in your shoulders and back to relax. Trusting the skeleton to just just sit there and let everything drape over it. Allowing the neck to settle back and down into the shoulders, perhaps stretching up and letting the head settle nicely onto the neck. Broadening our attention to being aware of the whole body sitting. Being aware of the body sitting. Beginning at the top of the head, bringing up an attitude of goodwill and kindness towards our body. Feeling appreciation for all the skin on my head that keeps all the parts of the squishy parts of me in, and it keeps all the rough, tufty bits of the world mostly out. Feeling gratitude, kindness and appreciation for the skin of my scalp, the skin of my face. Sending kindness and appreciation to my eyes. Oh, I'm so glad that my eyes work so nice. Thanks, eyes. Appreciation to my ears. Loving kindness to my tongue and my mouth. Wishing, may my mouth be always full of kind words, compassionate words, glad words, and equanimous words. Whatever processes going on in the grey matter between my ears, may it be wholesome, beautiful, helpful and beneficial. May my heart and mind be filled with kindness, be filled with compassion, be filled with gladness and equanimity. May I think kind thoughts about myself, giving myself the benefit of the doubt, recalling my good qualities and rejoicing in them, allowing myself to rejoice. Yay, I'm so glad that I am a virtuous person. I'm a good person, and that goodness in me is of benefit to me and of benefit to the world. It's of benefit to both the world and to me at the same time. I'm so glad that I'm a good person. Filling my mind and my heart with this gladness, basing my self-respect and self-esteem on this truth. I'm a good person. I never harm other beings intentionally. Never. I never take things that do not belong to me, and always look for the opportunity to give. This goodness in us is worthy of rejoicing, worthy of gladness, worthy of being remembered. May we remember and recall our goodness and experience gladness, allowing that glad feeling to permeate out through our whole body. I feel glad that I have this human body. Thank you, head. I love you whether you have good feelings or bad feelings, whether you have pleasant feelings or unpleasant feelings. Thank you, body, sending this gladness for this opportunity to have this human body out throughout my body. Thank you, neck. Thank you, shoulders. Thank you, arms. Thank you, body, for doing the wonderful job you do, allowing me to manifest in this plane, allowing me to think and know and work and do this work on the path. Thank you, body. Sending gladness down my arms, sounding gladness down our chests, filling our heart and minds with the gladness that we are good, virtuous people. May I be well, may I be happy and glad, may I embrace this gladness. Allowing the gladness to fill my belly, feeling that wonderful, light, sweet feeling of gladness, filling my belly, filling my liver, filling my chest and lungs, filling my body with the sweet, light feeling of gladness and virtue and joy. Feeling so happy, so glad, rejoicing in our goodness. We are such good people. We make such a positive impact on our own selves and on others around us through our goodness. It's such a wonderful thing to be a good person, and I'm so glad that I am. I'm so glad that you are. Filling my heart and my mind with the awareness of how good you are, how good the people around me are. I'm so glad that all the people, all the beings in this room, the human beings, the devas, all the beings in this room are so good, so wonderful, so virtuous. I feel so glad at your virtue. I forgive us all for being annoying. I'm annoying, you're annoying. I forgive us all. My heart is filled with equanimity and forgiveness towards all beings being annoying. I forgive myself for my weaknesses, shortcomings, bad habits and funny things. I forgive myself. I forgive the people I live with for all their weaknesses, shortcomings and the fact that they just are incorrigibly annoying. Well, you know, everybody is, and I love them anyway. I love all the beings. So much goodness. Let us bring to mind the good qualities of the beings we live with, the small beings, the large beings, the very big beings, the devas, even the demons in the dungeon. May all the beings that we live with be well and happy, and may we be able to rejoice in their good qualities. May we be able to see and perceive their virtues and feel glad, thinking of the virtues of the people around me that I know, that I care about, that I love, and even the virtues of the people around me that I don't love, that I don't like, that I don't care about. I feel glad that they have virtue. Feeling that gladness filling my heart. I'm so glad that most of the people in my whole country care about each other. The vast majority are virtuous, good, kind. I feel so glad. You can feel this glad feeling. Allow it to grow within your heart. Whatever it was that made you feel the most glad, recall that again and again, and stoke this feeling of gladness, gladness in virtue, gladness and joy in the goodness in ourselves, in the goodness in the beings around us. I feel so glad. I feel that gladness in my body. It feels like this. feel so glad. And it feels like this. I feel glad. There's virtue in me. There's virtue in you. should get distracted by thoughts. Forgive. Be glad that you're here. Rejoice that you're so good coming here, sitting here, doing this. And find your gladness again. next 2 minutes, I want you to review the last 35 minutes and notice the difference between your state of mind now. Oh, my mind feels like this. And recalling what it was like when you got here. Oh, it was like that then, and it's like this now. And reviewing then the meditation practice between now and then, and particularly taking note of the bits where it flowed nicely, where you feel like you got it right. Do not take particular note of the places where you think you got it wrong. You'll remember that with it anyway. But take particular note of where actually you did manage to get the gladness coming up, where you did feel it coming up, where you did feel glad. And you did manage to keep your mind on that gladness for a little while. That's the thing to particularly notice and remember, where we got it right. Where did you get it right? Can you put aside where you got it wrong and notice where you got it right?